Good evening, everybody, and welcome to one of the most exciting premiere live events of the year, JWE Against the Odds, where the term fortune favors the bold has never been more apt. Tonight we're in Las Vegas, Nevada, where we have several superstars who, under normal conditions will not be competing for the belt, have a chance to come home with championship gold. Will the Nexus championships change hands, or will they once again stay put for another month? Can Gundham snap Akechi's winning streak? And will the Twin Dragons manage their way out of a 2-on-3 handicap match? Find out tonight, and may the odds be ever against your favor, because it is time to go against the odds.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Women's NXT Championship.
Here we go, starting off our PLE as per usual with the Nexus Championships. Introducing first, it is Pandoria. Or should I say, it is your challenger, Pandoria. And in case this is your first PLE, or your first Nexus Championship match, the rules are quite simple. We have two brands, one on Monday, one on Friday. One superstar from Monday, and one superstar on Friday faced off against each other. The winner gets the championship belt, the loser cannot try for the belt again. Normal match, except due to circumstances from last year that we will not talk about. No managers are allowed. It is purely one-on-one. And her opponent. It is your Women's Nexus Champion, waiting for her to come out on stage. There we go. It is your women's Nexus champion, Fiora. Now, yes, that does mean that if Fiora loses this belt, or loses this championship match and loses the belt, she cannot fight for it again this year. She can try again next year, but not this year. If Pandoria loses, same thing.
Introducing the challenger from Stillwater, Pamela! And her opponent from Stillwater, the Women's NXT Champion, Maria!
Here we go, Nexus Championship belt on the line. Challenger and champion staring each other down. And here we go, referee rings the bell, they meet in the middle, with Fiora immediately winning the grapple and a snap DDT, or snap suplex. Well, yeah, snap rolling DDT. Into a pendulum backbreaker. And Fiora, I think she's held onto the belt ever since Ultimate Fight Night from last year? I think? Might have been earlier, actually. I mean, she's held onto the belt for a long time. Looking to extend that streak. Fiora with a springboard moonsault. Or not moonsault, a springboard crossbody, excuse me. And another enziguri connects. Pandoria rolling to the outside, out onto the apron, trying to catch her breath. And Fiora successfully, well, almost knocking her off. Now we have the elbows to the spine. And a double knee spine buster going for the pin. There's one. Pandoria kicks out. Now these types of matches are certainly enigmatic in the sense that you want as much experience in these types of matches as possible, but more experience means more chances to no longer be able to gain experience. So it is a very, very tight, very thin rope to walk on. Looking for the standing moonsault, but Pandoria rolling all the way. Can she get some offense going? Well, she got a hair toss. Pandoria with the knife edge chops. Walking Fiora into the corner. And there's the float over neckbreaker. 1, 2, Fiora kicks out. There's 1, there's 2, and Fiora again kicks out. Stomp to the calf. Or to the thigh, rather. Moonsault from Fiora going for the pin. There's 1, Pandoria still kicking out at 1. Fiora with the axe kick, and a kick right to the spine. Now heading up top. The shooting star press and the pin. There's 2. Pandoria still finding the strength to kick out. And now Fiora with the cartwheel leg drop, or the spinning leg drop, and the pin. There's 1, there's 2, and finally, Pandoria goes down, and Fiora once again retaining.
Here is your winner, and still Women's NXT Champion, Owari.
And with that, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Fiora might have broken the record for longest Nexus Championship holder. Or at least longest streak. Because it's going to go on to next month.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Men's NXT Championship.
And for the men's side, Introducing first, it is a man who's on a, it's been on a very cold streak as of late, but was seen training with Dr. Eggman earlier this week, ever since Monday. And seems to have Eggman now as his manager, which is certainly a double-edged sword. Certainly a double-edged sword. And his opponent, it is your men's Nexus champion ever since JWE Backlash. It is the Blue Jay. I don't know, it feels weird to stretch out blue like that. It is the Blue Jay. Jayden Moon.
Introducing the challenger from Japan, weighing in at 195 pounds, the cyborg, the ninja, Raiden! And his opponent from Wisconsin, weighing in at 132 pounds, the men's NXT champion, Jayden.
Here we go, Jayden hoping to regain the belt, hoping to get his hand raised at the end of this match. Raiden hoping to snap his streak and get his hand raised. There's nothing to it but to do it. God, that was cringe, I'm sorry. Here we go, referee rings the bell. Jayden immediately running towards Raiden and immediately with an arm drag. And his neck breaker. And a knee right to the bridge in the nose. But Raiden with a reversal. And think about these, both of these men, is that every match that they've been in, win or in Raiden's case, lose, they've been very well fought, very close matches. So it's not like Raiden's been getting shut out. He just can't seem to find the win. As Jayden with a spike DDT, forcing Raiden back up to his feet and walking him over to the Eastern ropes. Yeah, it's not like Raiden's been getting decimated out there. He just can't seem to find the three. And a win here would absolutely psych him up and do really good for the psyche. Jayden with a diving elbow drop. And going for the pin, there's one. There's two Raiden kicks out. Bottom rope senton missed. And Raiden with the opportunity going for the pin. There's only one. It was worth a shot. And now Raiden looking for one of the most explosive moves in all of wrestling, the People's Moonsault. And the pin, there's one. Jayden kicks out. And a back heel kick. Jayden back up to his feet, but immediately pushed back down by Raiden, putting immense torque on that leg. And a leg DDT. Jayden, known as a bit of a kickboxer, and Raiden absolutely knows that. Probably why he's targeting the leg. There's one. There's two. Raiden kicks out. Running elbow. And now the European uppercut to the back of the head. And the pin. There's one. There's two. Raiden still kicking out. Getting out of the way of the stomp. But Jayden with an arm drag. Raiden with the reversal, ducking underneath. Looking for the drop kick. Missed. But the lariat connects. Jayden heading to the outside, trying to catch his breath. But getting caught with a taunt. Or getting caught taunting. And a spike DDT from Raiden on the outside. Elbow to the side of the head. There's three. And back into the ring we go. A nice short trip to the outside. And a kick right to the jaw. Raiden going for the pin. There's one. No mas. And now Raiden looking for the rules of nature. There's one, there's two, and Jayden does not kick out. And Raiden snapping his losing streak to become your newest men's Nexus champion. And finally, the streak is broken. Welcome back, Raiden. Have some hardware for your efforts. It was well worth the wait. And now for the men's, now for the Eclipse men's tag team championship belt. Introducing first, it is your current men's tag team champions, not with their belts because they're hanging above the ring. It is Kaito Momota and Shoichi Saihara, the Big Bang Theory. And for their opponents, introducing first, it is Yu Narukami and Yosuke Hanamura, Brosona. Oh, excuse me. Anyway, last but not least, it is your former tag team champions for a while,
At a combined weight of
Dice.
252 pounds, the Anarchists.
Which honestly, if there was a PLE that these two would win the championship belts at, it would be this one. It might be time to roll the dice, shall we say. Okay, who thought my joke was so bad that they decided to boo me? I am hurt, good sir. Here we go. Referee rings the bell to start off this TLC match. Kaito putting Kokichi in a headlock in the uppercut. Now Rantaro just throwing a table at Yu Narukami. Kaito tossing the ladder in the ring, but immediately taken back down by Rantaro. And now chaos near the announcer's booth as everyone is fighting within like a 2-foot circle of each other. Yu Narukami with the blackout combo. Now picking up a steel chair, bashing Kaito in the spine with it. And now Shuichi with the perfect opportunity, setting up the ladder in the ring. And now hands on the belt, trying to go after it. And now Rantaro making his way up the ladder, trying to knock down Shuichi. The belt dangling on by a thread, and Kaito pushing the ladder down with Shuichi, with his partner still on it, but more importantly, knocking Rantaro off and pushing the ladder down. And here we go. Kaito setting up the ladder again, but kicked by Kokichi. Kaito climbing the ladder. Here comes Yosuke and Yu double teaming Kaito. Kokichi trying to drag Yosuke down. Yosuke kicking him off, but Kokichi adamant on knocking him off. Yu Narukami playing a little bit of goaltender. And now Rantaro knocking the ladder back down. I don't really understand why they aren't immediately going after the person on the ladder. But we've gone through 2 cycles, which is 2 cycles longer than I was anticipating. And now Yosuke bashing Shuichi over the head with a steel chair. Kokichi running after Kaito just to kick him in the shin. And now stealing the table from him, bashing Kaito over the head with the table. Yu Narukami bringing a table into the ring. Kokichi bringing a table into the ring. And now Brosona winning the King of the Hill match by successfully being the first tag team to have only themselves in the ring. I'm not sure if that's entirely true. Kokichi in the ring, picking up the ladder. Rantaro with the table, and now Dice. Never mind, I was gonna say Dice in full control of this match in a perfect opportunity to grab the belt, and they still are thanks to Rantaro. And in fact, Rantaro does get the belt. Probably no help to Kokichi sending himself like a lawn dart, but doesn't matter. And what did I say? This would be the perfect PLE for Dice to win the championship belts, and they have. Your newest men's tag team champions, Dice. Kokichi Oma and Rantaro Amami. See how long they can actually hold on to it this time.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Women's Undisputed Impact Universal Championship.
And now for our Jayromada Women's Universal Championship match of the evening. It is a battle between 2 sisters. Introducing first, it is the Queen of Despair, Junko Enoshima. And her opponent. It is her sister, the ultimate soldier, Mukuro Ikusaba. And this is a match we've seen time and time again from last year especially. And they've always been, matches between these two have always been pretty damn good.
Introducing the challenger from Japan, Mad Dog Judy. And her opponent from Japan, the Women's Undisputed Impact Universal Champion, Ultimate Soldier,
And here we go. A match that, if the past is to be believed, will be fairly entertaining. Referee rings the bell as they immediately run after each other. Excuse me. Junko with a tornado kick. Mukuro diving right underneath her. Junko with the first bit of offense with that head crank. And now a middle rope Hurricane Rana, trapping the referee in the corner. And a knife edge chop right to the spine, a rolling elbow drop connects. And now Junko just ripping the eyes of Mukuro. Stomping her younger sister in the face. I think Junko's the older one, I always forget. I think she is, though. And a suicide spear to the outside, almost reversed. But Junko managing to get it through. Now sending Mukuro into the barricade. There's a 2 count. And Mukuro with the reversal. Heading to the inside. Staring down Junko. Junko heading back in, looking for the clothesline. Instead, bouncing Mukuro off of her. I mean, that worked. Mukuro with the reversal. Sending Junko for an Irish whip. Looking for the drop kick, but Junko stepping out of the way. There's a slap to the face. Mukuro kicking Junko off of her. But now Junko over the shoulders into a backbreaker. Forcing her back up to her feet, but Mukuro, nice catch of that punch. Tossing Junko into the corner. Turning her around. And now just sending her head first into the ring post. Mukuro with the clotheslines, looking to get things back in her favor. And here we go, pin attempt. There's 1. There's 2. Junko kicks out. Mukuro not super happy with the With the pacing of the count, I thought it was good. Looking for the enziguri, but missed. Junko turning things around now due to that miscalculation from Mukuro. Now Junko going for a pin. Only one count though. Junko lining up the finisher. Trying to pick Mukuro up, but Mukuro seeing that coming. And now picking up her sister and looking for the F5. And here's the cover. There's one, there's two, and Junko does not kick out. Bit of a shorter one.
Here is your winner, and still women's undisputed Impact Universal Champion, Ultimate Soldier, Rock.
And Mukuro Ikusaba holding on to the belt once more. And out of all of her victories, that one might have been the sweetest.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the men's undisputed hybrid universal championship.
And now for our men's Eclipse championship match. Universal championship match. Introducing first. His client got a big win earlier today. Why can't he? It is Dr. Ivo Robotnik. Dr. Eggman. And his opponent. It is your men's Universal Champion, Goro Majima.
Introducing the challenger from Authority Megacorp HQ, weighing in at 300 pounds, the engineer, Dr. Eggman! champion, Mad Dog Maria.
And Majima immediately running towards Eggman after the bell ring. Hurricane Rana connects, but Eggman pushing Majima away after he tried to pick him up in a nice belly tackle. And now Eggman in the driver's seat right now. Stomp to the shoulder. And a falling fist. Majima kicking Eggman off of him though. Eggman again pushing him away. And using his more superior mass to knock Majima down. And Majima just tossing Eggman down. Rolling him around. And an elbow right to the thigh. And again. Majima with the stump leg puller. Hyping up the crowd as Majima with a nice crossbody to the outside. Eggman not stunned for very long as he reverses that. And tosses Majima face first into the ring post. Three count and Majima's in. And so is Eggman. Majima with the Irish whip. And a double leg drop kick. Pin to retain. There's only one. It's a little bit surprising that we're still at a 1 count. Majima kicking Eggman away. Looking for the clothesline, but Eggman catching that with a reversal. And now a pounding headbutt. And dragging Majima away from the ropes. Knee to the face. Majima back up to his feet. Immediately sent down by the clothesline. And the back body drop. And the backbreaker. Eggman turning Majima around. Picking him up over the shoulders. And there's the egg scrambler. Going for the pin. There's one. There's two. Majima somehow kicking out. Crossbody. And the pin. There's one. There's two. And Majima still with the strength to kick out at 2.9. If there was a number between 2.9 ad infinitum and 3, it would have been the number that Majima kicked out there. Majima with the victory roll, double foot stomp, and the pin. There's 1, 2, and Eggman kicks out. Majima with the recoil. And the pin, there's 1, there's 2, and Eggman will not kick out as Goro Majima retains.
Here is your winner, and still men's undisputed hybrid universal champion, Pandoria.
And for our next matchup, which might not seem like it, is actually for the Women's Tag Team Championship belt. Introducing first, your challengers. It is the Twin Dragons.
On the way to the ring, the Lucha Dragon.
And I'm not sure if you heard the ring announcer, because I was talking over him on accident. This is a 2-on-3 tag team handicap match. Like I said, and it's for the Eclipse Women's Tag Team Championships. And their opponents. It is your Women's Tag Team Champions, the Cyber Idols.
The women's undisputed hybrid, the tag team world champions, the iconic duo.
Hatsune Miku, Poppy QT, and Ibuki Miyoda. And yeah, no fanfare, no championship intro, because this game doesn't allow for handicap championship matches for some reason. And this is going to be an absolutely a Sisyphean match for the Twin Dragons, considering that they're outnumbered by one entire partner, and considering that the AI in this game is as intelligent as a rock. Not the rock, just a rock. Miku sending sending a Chie for run. There's a sling blade. And now Yukiko trying to distract Miku a little bit. Miku with a moonsault neckbreaker or moonsault reverse DDT going for the pin. There's two. Chie kicks out. Miku forcing Chie back up to her feet. Irish whip into the corner. But Chie catching that. And instead of going after Miku, going after Poppy. Allowing Miku back up to her feet. But here we go, armbar locked in. Miku immediately fighting out. And Chie with the reversal right back. And again, not going after the legal partner. but instead going after, well, her partner's on the apron. Chie again elbowing out. And here we go, pin attempt. There's one. Hatsune Miku kicks out. And Chie with the ground and pound. Forcing Hatsune Miku back up to her feet. And sending her into the corner. And tagging in Yukiko. And another thing that they have to look out for is preventing tag outs as best as they can. Considering that, well, the Cyber Idols can pretty much do stun lock the Twin Dragons by constantly tagging out in a cycle. Meaning that at least one of them has the opportunity to run back into the ring. I don't understand why we can't decide how many breakups a superstar gets before they can't enter the ring again. Like, why is it one? Why does it have to be once every tag out? Yukiko, you literally could have prevented that. Like, why does it have to be once every tag out and not, you know, why can't we decide? Poppy going for the pin, but only a one count. Poppy pushing Yukiko away, and again, Yukiko clearly getting close won't work. Like I said, the AI has the IQ of a fucking stone. Poppy forcing Yukiko back up to her feet, tossing her to the corner. Turning her around, elbow to the spine. And sending her face first into the turnbuckle. And double foot stomp. Poppy forcing Yukiko back up to her feet. And walking her into the southwest corner. But Yukiko diving underneath Poppy, and instead of taking the opportunity, just running straight into her. Here we go, triangle headlock, or a leg triangle headlock. Yukiko fighting out. Sending Ibuki into the corner. And tagging in Chie. Chie with a kick to the gut. Arm drag takedown. And a single or double leg drop kick. Forcing Ibuki back up to her feet. And the Irish whip into the corner. Ibuki fights out. There's a right cross. And a guillotine sunset flip backbreaker. She back up to her feet. And the atomic drop. Pull back. Ibuki with the reversal. Ibuki going for the pin. There's one. Chie kicks out at 1. And Yukiko with the hammer punch. Just for good measure. Ibuki tagging out. And there's a Pele kick from Miku. And a pendulum backbreaker from Hatsune Miku. Chie getting her hands up, getting her arms up in that block. And now just wrapping the arm around the rope. Wrist lock arm drag. Chie, go. Oh, now is not the time to be taunting, girl. Chie with a dragon screw reversal. And sending Ibuki into the corner. Setting her up. Fighting for position on the top rope. Jockeying for position, and not the chicken variety. Top rope avalanche hurricane Rana. Chie, why didn't you go for the pin? That was a free pin. Why didn't you go? Allowing Ibuki to hit the triple moonsaults. And here we go, pin attempt. There's 1. There's 2. Chie kicks out. Chie with the reversal. Not going for the pin. Go for the pin. Stop focusing on the people on the apron. Focus on the partner in the ring. Chie crawling to the corner, tagging in Yukiko. Ibuki heading up top. Okay, they should be disqualified for that. Kick to the jaw. And now Yukiko forcing Ibuki up to the feet. There's a knife edge chop. Yukiko. Okay, line up a signature, sure. There we go. Finally, we have a pin attempt. And Poppy's going to break it up. But see, that's the strategy. Go for pins, have them breaking them up, and then go for another pin. That's the strategy. Chie missing the first Enzigiri, but hits the second. There's another pin attempt. 1, 2. And the Twin Dragons against the odds. And against the odds, despite the numbers disadvantage, Yukiko Hamagi and Chihei Sadonaka somehow come out on top as your women's tag team champions. All it took was all of my sanity. now for our Eclipse Women's Universal Championship match. Introducing first, another victim of the hair glitch, because 2K Sports, you guys have no idea how to program, do you? Introducing the first challenger in this triple threat match. It is the ultimate gymnast, Akane Owari. And the next challenger. It is your former Universal Champion of Jayromada, not Eclipse, A2. And last but not least, it is your Women's Universal Champion, the ultimate engineer, the ultimate inventor. It is Iruma.
And introducing the champion from Japan, the Women's Undisputed Hybrid Universal Champion, the Engineer, Beautiful Main Iron.
Now, winning a triple threat match is one thing. Defending your belt at a triple threat match is something completely different. As A2 hits Mew with a neck snap suplex, and Akane with the ground and pound, and a step up forearm against Mew. And both challengers immediately going after the champion. Irish Whip sending A2 to the outside. Akane joining her. As, this is a Falls Count Anywhere match. And now Mew with a backstretch. But Akane fighting out. Akane and Mew both going after A2. It's not a bad idea. A2 is a pretty big threat. Pretty big triple threat, as it were. And now another double attack attempt, but this time Akane with the reversal. A2 sending Mew out onto the apron. Irish whip into a spinning heel kick. And, well, A2 certainly knows a thing or two about defending the championship belt. At a multi-man matches, considering her history from last year, those two fatal four-ways where she managed to hold on. And now Akane going for the pin. There's one. A2 kicks out. Akane with the lariat, immediately caught by the dropkick of A2. And now A2 just pulling back on the arm. And a crossbody against Mew. Mew slipping behind A2. Looking for the kick, but A2 turning that around. Single leg dropkick from Akane. A2 rolling to the outside. And now Akane looking for the rolling suplexes. But caught by A2. Mew with the trip. Going after Akane, sending her into the to the outside. And there's a pendulum backbreaker. A2 heading to the outside. Picking up a steel chair. And now completely ignoring Mew, going after Akane. And here comes Mew. Abdominal stretch. But Akane punching A2 out of the submission. And the really annoying thing about triple threat matches, especially ones where there are no eliminations, is that you can lose a match completely not by your own fault. A2 with the suplex. And Akane again with the suplexes. Okay, here comes Mew. Opportunistic as ever, sending Akane to the outside and now going after A2. Sending her into the corner. And have we even seen a pin attempt this match? Not sure. Akane heading underneath the ring, picking up a kendo stick. Using against A2. And Mew with a backbreaker. forcing Akane up. And to the corner. High choke. A2 back up to her feet. Miu turning around, but not in time. Akane kicking out from the corner. And now Akane going for the pin. Miu is going to break that up before the 1. Now Akane sending Miu to the corner. But A2 tripping Akane, saving Miu. But maybe saving her for herself. Over the shoulders. F5. And the pin, there's 1. There's 2, and Miu kicks out. Well, that was her first pin attempt. Akane with a spinning back fist, going after Miu, but Miu blocking. And now Akane the center of attention, as Miu being sent out of the ring by A2. A2 trapping Akane's hand, or Akane's arm, between her foot and a steel chair, dealing significant damage, and again just stomping on the hand, this time against the canvas. Miu waited a little bit too long for that kendo strike, again being sent to the outside. And now A2 going for the pin. Akane kicks out before the referee could even start the count. And now the referee is down, thanks to Miu. And now just chaos along the outside. Akane with the steel chair. Miu sending her into the steel steps and taunting on her before going after A2. Leg drop. Referee finally back up to his feet. And Akane and Miu seem to have, or seemingly having a difficult time finding each other. Akane with the reversal. A2 with the bulldog. And Akane with the block. Leg kick and the pin from Akane. There's 1. There's 2. A2 kicks out just in time. We nearly had a new champion. Miu with the trip, going after A2, sending her to the outside, but not powerful enough. And now A2, Miu with the double team. And now Miu setting up A2. There's a snap suplex. Heading to the outside. I don't know why she didn't go for the pin. Yeah, she just wanted to pick up a sledgehammer. Okay. Here we go, pin attempt. Miu's gonna break that up. Again, attacking the referee. And now A2 picking up Miu into the F5. But the referee's down. There's no pin attempt. Step up forearm from Akane. A2's rolling to the outside. Miu back up to her feet. There's a clothesline. And now pin attempt. But A2 is going to break it up. Miu kicking Akane from behind. There's the there's the jumping facebuster. There's one, there's two, and Miu Iruma, opportunistic as ever, staying back, making herself as little a target as possible.
Undisputed hybrid universal champion, the engineer, beautiful main
And continues her reign as champion. And for our next matchup, for the Eclipse Women's Cruiserweight Championship belt,
The following contest
it is a fatal four-way ladder match.
and is for the women's undisputed hybrid cruiserweight championship. Introducing the challenger from the internet, AI Sophia.
Making her way to the ring, it is humanity's companion, Sophie. Looking to pick up yet another win in a row. And our next challenger, it is the Change Bringer,
And introducing
Delta.
the challenger from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, Deborah.
And for the third challenger, it is the Detective Prince herself, Naoto Shirogane.
And introducing the challenger from Kobe, Japan, the Prince, Nomi Ebara.
And last but not least,
And introducing the champion. from
it is your
Mexico,
champion,
the women's undisputed hybrid cruiserweight champion, Lexibor.
I forget if I introduced her yet or not. Anyway, if I did, I'll introduce her again. If I didn't, well, it is the Plague Doctor, your women's cruiserweight champion, Lexibor. And there wasn't a ring of the bell. They face off against each other anyway. Sophie against Naoto, and Delta against Lexi because, of course, these two always find each other. I don't understand it. Delta going after Naoto, kick to the shin. Ladder in the ring, but Delta sending Naoto to the outside, and there's a springboard hot shot, sending her down, and now Lexi with the stomps to the wrist, sending Delta into the corner, looking to pick up the ladder, but Sophie with a drop kick. Delta with a Hurricane Rana. There goes the ladder, almost landing on Naoto's head. Lexi with a tornado kick, sending Naoto down. Delta with a roll up and the kick against Naoto. There's an elbow drop. Sophie back into the ring, looking to pick up the ladder, but distracted by Delta. And the Hurricane Rana toss. Heading underneath the ring goes Lexi, picking up a kendo stick. And Naoto Shirogane with the combo. And Delta pushing the ladder out of the ring as we all congregate. I almost said congeal. We all congregate along the outside. And now Sophie sending a ladder into the ring, so does Naoto. Both looking to set up their ladders in a ladder, well, literally a ladder match. Sophie climbing up top, the first to get her hands on the belt. And seeing Naoto climb up the ladder, trying to knock her down. Delta trying to knock Naoto down. Naoto trying to knock down Sophie. Delta instead going after Lexi because, of course. And now Naoto getting her hands on the belt. Lexi playing defense, trying to protect her championship gold. And is successful, but here comes Delta trying to steal it out from underneath her. Lexi pushing it down. Or Lexi pushing the ladder down. And now Sophie up top. Delta setting up the ladder. Getting her hands on it. Naoto playing defense. But it doesn't matter as Delta comes home champion. Third time's the charm. And by that I mean third person to get their hands on the belt.
Cruiserweight champion, The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the men's undisputed Impact Universal Championship.
And now for the Jayromada Men's Championship match of the evening. Introducing first, it is Waluigi. And his opponent. It is your men's Universal Champion. Holding on to the belt ever since his debut match. It is one of the leaders of Torna, Jin.
Introducing the challenger, standing at 7 feet tall, weighing in at 220 pounds, the Technician Wallace. And his opponent, from Pandoria, weighing in at 225 pounds, the men's undisputed Impact Universal Champion, Jim.
Here we go. Jin looking to retain the belt. Waluigi looking to give him his first loss of the season. Waluigi and Jin staring each other down. And here we go, referee rings the bell. Waluigi immediately begins with a knife-edge chop, forcing Jin back up to his feet, but Jin turning Waluigi around with that right hand, picking him up, and there's a backbreaker. Over the shoulders again. And sending Waluigi chest first into the top rope. And ground and pound using the side of the fist. Sending Waluigi for a run, diving underneath. Jumping over. And a knee right to the jaw. Jin looking to continue his explosive offense. Stomp to the back. Forcing Waluigi up, but Waluigi getting out with that reversal. Belly to belly suplex. Waluigi middle rope crossbody. And the pin, there's one. Jin kicks out. Waluigi just cranking on the neck. And Jin kicking out. Walking Waluigi over to the rope. Or over to the corner, excuse me. And now setting him up, and there's the alley-oop. And Jin sending Waluigi tumbling to the outside with that clothesline. Jin kicking out. Winning the grapple, tossing Waluigi into the steel steps, but Waluigi avoiding any injury, or any collision rather, or even. And getting out of the way of that suicide crossbody with a crotch chop. Only Waluigi thinks. Sleeper hold applied on the outside, not gonna end the match, but trying to deal significant damage. And here we go, Waluigi setting Jin up for the top rope wallplex. And the pin. There's one, there's two, Jin kicks out. Stretching the arm. Standing moonsault, or standing shooting star press, but Jin getting his knees up. Jin looking for the stomp. Busting Waluigi open. Going for the pin. There's one. There's two. Waluigi kicks out. Jin picking Waluigi back up to his feet. Walking him over. And now setting him up top, but Waluigi kicking out. Waluigi with a knife edge chop. And a running headlock bulldog. And now Jin to the outside, Waluigi up top. And a suicide dive from the top rope. Waluigi with the ground pound stomp to the face. And some more kicks to the jaw. There's a 3 count. Still have some time, but Waluigi deciding not to waste any of it, sending Jin back into the ring. Jin with the ground and pound, and now going for the pin. There's one, there's two, and Waluigi kicks out. Jin walking Waluigi over to the corner. And the stomps to the chest. And now going for the pin. There's one. There's two. Jin kicks out. Or Waluigi kicks out. Jin with a clothesline sending Waluigi to the outside. And tossing Waluigi into the apron. Waluigi probably getting flashbacks. If he was still... If that memory wasn't wiped because of his concussion. Jin picking up Waluigi, walking him over to the corner. I was going to say setting him up in the tree of woe, but not quite. Here we go, pin attempt. There's one. There's two. And the match continues. Waluigi with a springboard back elbow. And a blackout combo. Going for the pin. There's one, two. Not quite three. Waluigi with a suicide dive to the outside that finds its mark. Waluigi picking up Jin, but Jin getting out. Referee had a 4 count. Jin tossing Waluigi back inside the ring, and we finally escape 20 FPS. Waluigi sending Jin for a run. Arm drag off the Irish whip. And setting up yet another Waplex. A backbreaker Waplex. And the pin, there's one, there's two. Still no three. Waluigi looking to try again. Standing wallplex. That should be it. There's one, there's two, and the reign of Jin is over for now. Waluigi dethroning him and becoming your newest champion. You know, the amethyst and gold looks really good on Waluigi. He should wear purple and gold more.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the men's undisputed Impact Cruiserweight Championship.
And for our Jayromada men's Cruiserweight Championship match, it is a Falls Count Anywhere match. Introducing the challenger. It is the Dark Lord of Destruction, Gundham Tanaka. And his opponent. It is your men's Cruiserweight champion, Goro Akechi.
Introducing the challenger from your darkest fears. Weighing in at 163 pounds, a demon, Tanaka. And his opponent from Tokyo, Japan, weighing in at 145 pounds, the men's undisputed Impact Cruiserweight champion, Gordon Alexi.
Here we go, the belt that's on the line. And here we go, referee rings the bell. They meet in the middle, rushing towards each other. Akechi winning the fight, or winning the battle rather, the initial battle, by sending Gundham face first into his knee, but Gundham responds with a single shoulder suplex. Kicks to the shin. Gundham forcing Akechi back up to his feet. Irish whip into the corner. And a scoop slam. Gundham heading to the corner. Akechi having a bit of fit on the ground. Satellite DDT going for the pin. There's one. Akechi kicks out. Gundham with a knife edge chop. And now guillotine headlock, trying to win this thing by submission, but Akechi fighting out. Trying to catch his breath a little bit, looking for the knee. Akechi stepping back. Irish whip sending Gundham into the corner, and there's a corner clothesline. Forcing Gundham back up to his feet. Springboard Enziguri. And Gundham with the, or excuse me, Akechi with the ground and pound. Gundham setting Akechi face first into the mat. And a lining up. And a crossbody, or a running corner crossbody. And I was spinning in Akechi's face. Akechi, I think he might have blocked that. And a heel kick to the jaw. Turning Gundham around. Over the shoulders, looking for the snake bite. And the pin, there's one. There's two. Gundham kicks out. And again, you want to have the AI stay in the ring? Make it a Falls Count Anywhere match. Don't get it. Anyway, Akechi lining up Gundham from behind, but Gundham with a back elbow. Akechi back up to his feet, catching that kick. Reversal after reversal. Gundham with a backbreaker, with a back power slam. And heading up top. Wanting Akechi back up onto his feet, but jumping down. Irish whip sending Akechi to the outside. Gundham forcing Akechi back up to his feet again. And sending him right into the referee. Referee barely stepping out of the way in time. And Gundham sending Akechi for a run, this time into the ring. And Akechi with the Enzigiri. Pushing Gundham away, and there is here's a spinning drop kick, I don't know. And Akechi forcing Gundham up by the wrists. There's a knee to the face. And a knee smash. Stomping on Gundham. And the stomps to the lower spine. Akechi forcing Gundham back up to his feet, turning him around. And another snake bite, going for the pin. There's one. There's two, and Gundham Tanaka will stay down. And Akechi retains the belt.
Here is your winner, and still men's undisputed Impact Cruiserweight champion, Gordon Alexi. The following contest is a gauntlet turmoil match. The rules of the match are as follows. Two superstars will start in the ring. When one superstar is eliminated, a new superstar enters. Eliminations can occur by pinfall, submission, disqualification, or countouts. The match will be won if the first entrant eliminates all other entrants in the match.
And here we go. Who might that entrant be? Well, of course, it is your women's Cruiserweight champion, Kasumi Yoshizawa.
Diamond Mine from Tokyo, Japan. The women's undisputed Impact Cruiserweight champion, the Phantom Violet.
And welcome to our first of two roulette matches. Kasumi Yoshizawa will be facing off against four other superstars in a series of 1v1 matches until either one of the challengers defeats Kasumi, in which case they win the championship belt, whoever they may be, and whoever comes after them does not get a chance at the belt, or Kasumi defeats everyone, in which case she retains. Anyway, for her opponents, introducing first, and the first shot at the belt, it is Igus. And for Kasumi, this is going to be a war of attrition. She's going to have to stay fairly fresh the entire match. And her opponents, well, they don't want to get pinned. They don't want their opponents as well to get the championship belt, so they're going to throw everything they have at Kasumi. And it's a rare sight to see the champion in the northwest corner. Usually they're in the southeast. Here we go, Kasumi and Igus staring each other down. And referee rings the bell. Igus immediately. I guess that would be considered a wheelbarrow. There's one. There's two, Kasumi. How is that a 2 count, Kasumi? Come on. Kasumi with a single leg drop kick, sending Igus for a pullback and a neck breaker. Now these 5 superstars will be will have very different things in mind. Kasumi, of course, trying to survive all 5 matches, or all 4 matches rather. And for her challengers, it is basically try to deal as much damage as possible while not trying to give your other challengers an easier job. I don't really know how to explain it other than that. Sumi back up to her feet, immediately catching Igus with that kick. Elbow to the side of the head. Yeah, we have 3 other superstars waiting in Gorilla right now, waiting for their name to be called. In no particular order. Mitsuru Kirijo, Aoi Asahina, and Makoto Nijima's Igus sending Kasumi over the top rope. Kasumi heading back into the ring. Here we go, springboard. Hurricane Rana. And the pin, there's one. Igus kicks out. Kasumi really wants to make these matches as short as possible. Standing shooting star press connects. And again. Igus avoiding the stomp, but Kasumi hitting her with the wheelbarrow, forcing Igus up to her feet. Looking for the clothesline, but immediately caught by Igus. Igus forcing Kasumi up to her feet. Igus with a stomp to the hand. And here comes the pin. Hopefully not a 2 count. There's 1. There's 2. It is a 2 count. Kasumi, what are you doing? Igus hitting the Hurricane Rana. And a suicide dive connects. Kasumi heading into the corner. of course, getting caught with a taunt. I guess going for the pin. There is a 1 count. Kasumi, what have we talked about? Stop taunting. You never know how to do it in a good time. Hurricane Rana going for the pin. There's 1, there's 2, and Igus kicks out. Kasumi hitting the neck breaker. But Igus with the kick, and there's a spinning backbreaker. And a kneeling DDT. And Igus going for the pin. Again, there's 1. Kasumi kicks out. Kasumi fighting her way out. Walking Igus up north. Pulling her back. Sliding underneath. Hurricane Rana toss. And a standing corkscrew shooting star press. Into the pin. There's 1. There's 2, and Igus goes down. A little bit longer than Kasumi might have liked. And here comes Aoyasa Hina, challenger number 2. Bell rings, Hina immediately hitting Kasumi with a clothesline. And a jumping facebuster. But Kasumi fighting out. Kick right to the spine. And there we go, knee to the inside of the arm. And a double foot stomp arm breaker. Kasumi not really knowing how to grab a stationary object. There goes stump leg puller. Rolling Hina onto her back or onto her side, kick to the spine. And jumping facebuster. Hina to the outside. Kasumi with a suicide dive. Kasumi tossing Hina back inside the ring. Following her in. And now heading up top. Turning around. Top rope corkscrew, but Hina seeing that through. Avoiding. And now a middle rope RKO connects. And the pin, there's 1. Kasumi kicks out. Still at 1, okay. Kasumi getting her knees up. And a double leg drop kick. And now Kasumi forcing Hina back up to her feet. Standing Enzigiri. And another standing corkscrew splash. And the pin, there's 1. There's 2, and Hina goes down. Halfway through, can Kasumi defeat her rival, Mitsuru Kirijo. Which means that if she does, Makoto Nijima will have the best chance at winning the belt. Kasumi with an Irish whip, and the stun dog millionaire right away. And the pin, there's one, there's two. Mitsuru kicks out. Standing shooting star press, Mitsuru getting her knees up. Falling knee. Now Mitsuru forcing Kasumi back up to her feet. And Kasumi with a reversal. Standing shooting star press again. Reversed. Mitsuru with the Irish whip. Underhook suplex. And Mitsuru really wanting the championship belt back. And maybe being drawn third. Maybe that is a blessing in disguise for Mitsuru, as Kasumi reverses the stomp. And a head scissor Hurricane Rana. Going for the pin. There's one, there's two. Kasumi heading up top. Diving elbow drop, Mitsuru again reversing the aerial. Double underhook facebuster. And the pin, there's one, there's two. Kasumi gets her shoulder up. Mitsuru with the Irish whip. And a neck breaker. Kasumi heading to the outside, trying to catch her breath. Mitsuru with a running clothesline, sending her down. And I think normal championship rules apply, so if Kasumi gets counted out for whatever reason, like she has a tendency of doing, she would technically still retain, but, well, here we go, Mitsuru lining up. The natural selection. And here we go, the pin. There's one, there's two, and Mitsuru Kirijo will be recrowned.
Here is your winner, and new Women's Undisputed Impact Cruiserweight Champion,
The championship belt yet again changing hands. This time right back to Mitsuru. Well, Kasumi did win 2 matches, but unfortunately could not win 4. 50% is still a failing grade, unfortunately. And now for our main event of the evening.
Is a gauntlet turmoil match. The rules of the match are as follows. 2 superstars will start in the ring. When one superstar is eliminated, a new superstar enters. Eliminations can occur by pinfall, submission, disqualification, or countouts. The match will be won if the first entrant eliminates all other entrants in the match.
Again, this is a roulette match, so the person who pins, if somebody were to pin our number 1 entrant, Nagito Komaeda, then they would be crowned champion.
And from Japan, weighing in at 105 the men's undisputed hybrid cruiserweight champion with Kobayashi.
And Nagito suffering a fairly devastating multiple rib bruise during Friday's show after his match against Sir Bones. Not quite medically cleared to fight, but well, he's here. He went against Sumit Khan's wishes, and yeah, he's defending the belt instead of leaving it vacant. Anyway, his first opponent. These two have history. It is the Ringmaster, Jayden. And honestly, this should be a pretty easy one for Jayden. This is probably going to be a one and done for Nagito, considering the extent of his injuries. And, well, they could easily get worse during this match. But I genuinely think that Nagito doesn't really understand the definition of self-preservation. So... here we go, championship belt on the line. Nagito and Jayden, the first match. Referee rings the bell. Nagito avoiding the left cross. Pick up Jayden, and there's a face plant. Nagito forcing Jayden up to his feet. Nice combo, sending him into the corner. Now picking him up and just throwing him against the ropes. And there's a knee smash. Jayden rolling to the outside, trying to catch his breath on the apron. And Nagito fighting him off. No, Jayden fighting Nagito off. Nagito forcing Jayden up. And there's a single shoulder suplex. And now Nagito heading up top. And getting his old comrade up to his feet. There's a crossbody from the top rope, and here's the pin. There's one. There's two. Jayden kicks out in. I really have to wonder how painful that was for Nagito, considering that he just hit Jayden with his bruised ribs. And oh, that's got to be even more painful. Failed to land that. And again, Nagito probably not caring about self-preservation. we could see a championship vacancy if Nagito just doesn't survive this match yet wins it. You know, and a vacancy due to injury. Nagito ducking underneath that. And walking Jayden over to the corner. Nagito heading up top, diving axe handle punch. And Nagito again heading up top. Another crossbody. And a chicken wing facebuster. Nagito going for the pin. There's one, there's two, and there's one down. I thought this was going to be a joke, but Nagito surviving one, and here comes Teddy. I forgot to mention, yeah, the three, or I guess two, waiting in Gorilla right now. Teddy, who's in the ring, 9S, and Yusuke Kitagawa. There's one. And a count out. Or not a count out, a kick out, excuse me. Yes, a count out at one. The referee is very, very strict. Axe handle punch to the spine. It's looking for the stomp, but Teddy stepping out of the way. And a standing senton. Nagito sending Teddy into the corner. And could Nagito be looking for a count out here? Teddy only has a few more seconds. There's 7. 8. Teddy. There's 9, and Teddy's in. And now armbar from Teddy. Nagito immediately getting out. Perhaps this is his ultimate luck coming into play. Teddy turning that around with an elbow. Nagito elbowing out. Yeah, perhaps Nagito is just getting ultimately lucky. That would be very in character for him. And now Nagito going for the pin. There's 1, there's 2, and Teddy goes down. Wow, that was not a good showing from the Teddy. From the Teddy, yes. And here comes our next challenger. It's Yusuke Kitagawa. Both gauntlet matches so far making it to a challenger number 3. Will Yusuke get a fairly cheap win? I wouldn't say cheap win, but a win nonetheless. Off of a actually not so much battered Nagito Komaeda. Nagito with a facebuster. Heading up top. Turning around. Corkscrew splash. And the pin. There's 1. There's 2, and Fox kicks out. Nagito cranking on the neck. Moonsault connects. And Nagito heading up top yet again. And the frog splash going for the pin. There's one, there's two, and Yusuke unable to do literally anything. And our fourth and final challenger. It all comes down to this. Nagito versus 9S. A rematch of the inaugural Nexus Championship match. And here we go. 9S, Nagito Komaeda, for the championship belt. Nagito has fought through 3 superstars. Can he do it for 4? 9S pushing Nagito away. And a head scissor toss. Nines with a stomp to the upper arm. And again. Nagito rolling out of the way of the stomp. Here we go, kick to the chest. Lining up the chicken wing facebuster. Stomp to the wrist. Looking for the stomp. They're going to put 9S away with style. There's one. There's two, and 9S kicks out. Now, the thing about Nagito being in the ring for so many matches is that he has quite a bit of momentum built up. So he feels ready to hit the signature. He feels ready to hit the finisher. 9S, he'll have to work himself up to get to the same level. 9S fighting his way out of the corner. Picking up Nagito. And tossing him up against the top rope. Stomp to the wrist, elbow drop to the spine. There goes springboard moonsault from 9S finds its mark. Really working on Nagito's injured ribs. And a top rope RKO. 9S dragging Nagito away from the ropes. Nines turning Nagito around. And just cranking on his neck with the top rope. Nagito with the reversal. 9S the reversal right back. Nagito the reversal right back. Here we go, chicken wing. Facebuster again. Nagito really hurting. Both men slow to their feet. Nagito, I understand why. 9S, not so much. And a super stomp. Nagito might do it. There's one, there's two. No, 9S kicks out. Nagito middle rope, moonsault splash. And the pin, there's one, there's two. 9S again kicking out. Unable to get any momentum going. Nines rolling out of the elbow. All he really needs is one big maneuver. But Nagito has had all of the luck this match. There's a rolling neck breaker. And Nagito knee to the face. Lining up. I thought that was going to be a stomp, but no. Nagito forcing 9S up to his feet. Irish whip into the corner. Turning 9S around, kick to the back of the head. And here we go, baseball slide. Nagito, middle rope moonsault, but nobody's home. 9S, elbow to the spine. Ducking underneath. Looking for the knee, but Nagito with the reversal. Nagito forcing 9S up top. Looking for something big here. Avalanche. Suplex. And here we go, small cradle. There's one, there's two, and Nagito has done it.
Here is your winner, and still men's undisputed hybrid cruiserweight champion with Kobayashi.
And despite everything going against him, or I would say everything going against him, Nagito somehow, despite his injuries, that's what I meant to say, coming out on top, still retaining the belt. And with that, I would like to thank you all for joining us here tonight on Against the Odds, and we won't be seeing you later this week because we're going to be taking our first monthly break of the year. Or not monthly break, first quarterly break of the year. To recover. Not get burned out. Yeah, we'll be seeing you in 2 weeks as we prepare for our next PLE of the year. But until then, we are signing out from Las Vegas, Nevada. See ya.